With Elon Musk going up against some of the most powerful forces in the country, he is now taking on the Democrat establishment, its media enforcers, and Silicon Valley in his fight for free speech. So the White House is now warning that it's keeping a, quote, close eye on Twitter. Watch.
Are you concerned? Elon Musk says there's more and more subscribers coming online. Are you concerned about that? And what tools do you have? Who is it at the White House that is really keeping track of this?
So look, this is something that we're certainly keeping an eye on. Look, we have always been very clear. And that when it comes to social media platforms, it is their responsibility to make sure that when it comes to misinformation, when it comes to the hate that we're seeing, that they take action, that they continue to take action. Again, we're all keeping a close eye on this.
Maybe that's because Musk says he will release Twitter free speech suppression files that include the platform censorship of the Hunter Biden laptop story. Tweeting, "The Twitter files on free speech suppression soon to be published on Twitter itself. The public deserves to know what really happened." Musk also says stakes are high for the country, tweeting, "This is a battle for the future of civilization. If free speech is lost, even in America, tyranny is all that lies ahead."
Dubbed the Twitter files, the evidence confirmed that Twitter engaged in censorship before the 2020 presidential elections. This was the New York Post story that started it all back in October 2020. And Taibbi wrote about how several former Twitter staffers colluded with the Biden campaign, showing email correspondence from a Biden staffer listing 5 tweets for review. And hours later, the staffer replied, "Handled."
The government cannot deputize private actors to do what the government is forbidden from doing constitutionally. But on free speech, this most sacred of rights, you can't say to Twitter, listen, you need to do this on our behalf and communicate with government officials because we can't do it ourselves, and do kind of an end around. This war on free speech is real, guys. This is not a joke. They use tools for child pornography to make sure you couldn't even DM the link to the new. Do you understand how bananas that is? That is crazy. What are they gonna use?
Well, that is crazy, Dan. So, Tammy, I want to show you a couple of tweets and then get your take on the other side. Twitter. So this is from Matt Taibbi. Twitter took extraordinary steps to suppress the story, removing links and posting warnings that it may be unsafe. They even blocked its transmission via direct message, a tool hitherto reserved for extreme cases, example, child pornography. And this from Elon Musk. Twitter acting by itself to suppress free speech is not a First Amendment violation, but acting under orders from the government to suppress free speech with no judicial review is. Now, Tammy, we know that there was censorship at Facebook on the behest of the FBI. It seems it's now gone a little bit towards Twitter. Do you see this as, it's my opinion, politicians probably shouldn't be able to say you need to delete something that isn't illegal just because it could damage a campaign. In essence, was Twitter acting as a proxy agent for the state?
Well, clearly it seems to be, because they were making decisions, as you see with these emails going back and forth, based on requests coming from the Biden administration. We know that Zuckerberg had said that it was the FBI that told them directly about, Russian disinformation is going to start showing up, and that it was presumed to be that they were talking about the laptop. So you see these decisions being made, not just at Twitter, interestingly, but across really the social spectrum, right? You've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, perhaps also Instagram, issues there. And they've all strangely were focused on this one dynamic that, for whatever reason, was deemed to be a problem. I think that they also attach this to their hacked materials rule, right? That we're not going to put up anything that's hacked. And of course, conveniently, everybody, the government and Biden was saying that, this is hacked, right? This is Russian disinformation. And Kayleigh McEnany got locked out of her account for sharing the New York Post story because of violating the hacked materials rule. So across the board, there was this effort to just shut down not just the sharing of that story, but accounts that may have been sympathetic to wanting to have that conversation. And this is, I think, the biggest issue that this shows, the Twitter files. And there's supposed to be another batch tonight. We don't know what that's going to be about. is that there was specific and direct requests to intervene, and that we're recognizing this as a request for a third party to act on behalf of the government.